Thanks for joining us today. I'm really excited today to have our guest, Jonathan Gallo at Gallo LLP, the Chartered Accountants. Today we're going to be talking about CEBA, and if you don't know what that is, don't worry, Jonathan will get into it, but we're just going to be talking about that and what that might impact and how that might impact you and your business. Jonathan, good to have you.
Well, thanks, Eric. Yeah, I'm from Gallo LLP. I'm the managing partner with 2 offices here in Edmonton. Yeah, CEBA stands for the Canadian Emergency Business Assistance Loan. Has been a real ride over the whole COVID timeframe. Most business owners would know initially they came out with a $40,000 CEBA loan. $10,000 was forgivable. Subsequently, they came and they added another $20,000 to the loan and adding $10,000 additionally forgivable. So a total loan available of $60,000. Of which $20,000 is forgivable, or about 33%, if you paid the $40,000 at a certain time. What happened over the last, say, 12 months is, as we sort of kind of come out of COVID, the government of Canada believes that the economy isn't quite going where it wants it to go. There's still been some struggles with COVID and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of pressure for them to extend the CEBA repayment. Initially, the CEBA repayment had to be done by December 31st of 2023, which was this Christmas. If you didn't pay it back, say in the case of taking the full CEBA, the full $60,000, if you didn't pay back the $40,000 as of December 31st, 2023, you'd be required to pay back the whole $60,000 subsequent to that day. So you'd have no forgiveness. And you start paying interest immediately. There was a lot of pressure over the spring and summer by various political parties, and the government of Canada did announce some changes to CEBA. And the changes are significant, but they're a little bit, I don't want to use the term misleading, but they were misconstrued by many business owners, and we found throughout our practice they don't quite understand what the new rules are. So we had a lot of, since we've gotten back from Labor Day, we've had a lot of clients say, hey, great, CEBA has been delayed 2 more years, we don't have to pay back. And I said, whoa, that's not exactly what the legislation says.
Okay, so what does the legislation say, and what are the changes that they've made?
Yeah, great. So what they've done is saying, if you pay back before January 18th, 2024, that's 18 days more, then you have forgiveness, or if you have a plan in place to pay it back with a financial institution before March 24th, 2024, that's only 3 months after the original deadline, and it is paid back, then the $20,000 is forgiven and you're good to go. However, if you don't pay it back by March 28th, the full amount, $60,000, is owed. What they have given is a 2-year grace period to pay back the principal, and you're just charged interest at about 5%. So on the initial read, a lot of clients and business owners said, wow, I have 2 more years to pay back the loan. That's not the case, in fact. In fact, you don't. You have maybe 78 days or until March 28th, as long as you have a payment plan in place by January 18th. Then you'll have the $20,000 forgiveness. In practicality, what we're telling our clients is pay back the CEBA loan before you go on Christmas vacation, and definitely before December 31st. That way you're not struggling in the first few weeks in January to pay it back. But there is no 2 years of additional time. It's 2 years that they won't amortize the loan.
Okay, so pay it before Christmas so you don't have to think about it over the holidays. Okay, that makes sense. So what are some of the options that people would have to pay it back?
Yeah, well, I would be talking to the bankers right now. There's probably 2 or 3, options. The first traditionally would be the traditional bank. The debt forgiveness represents a 33% discount, so there is no way, there is no mathematical option where it makes sense to keep the loan. Even if the bank is charging 10% interest on a $40,000 loan, it makes a whole lot of sense to pay back that $40,000. Alternatively, where Eric and you were talking a few weeks ago, is if the corporation, or even if they have personal investments and they either pull it out, or if there's a leveraged ability at Canaccord to potentially leverage their investments so they can continue to make a rate of return with you, take that money, put into their corporation to pay it off, that's a win-win situation for sure. Even if they're being charged interest at a Canaccord level or a bank level of the $40,000, they're getting a $20,000 discount, and they're still making money on the market. So really, and I'm not the investment guy, so maybe you want to throw some numbers out, but if you can make a 7% return or 8% return, and you're gonna charge 5%, or whatever those two spreads are, your downside is maybe 2.5% on 40,000. It's a win-win situation.
Yeah, for sure, and it makes sense to crunch the numbers to see what that looks like for each individual client, of course. So, is there anything else that people should know about CEBA, or is there anything else that you wanted to mention?
No, I mean the CEBA is certainly probably the most important thing that people have to pay attention about this fall. I would add that there is a new, they call it the Canadian Digital Assistance Plan that's come out. It came out it came on the budget this spring. It was kind of quiet because everyone went on summer vacation. But the Canadian Digital Assistance Program provides up to $100,000 for businesses. It's interest-free, 5-year term. You don't have to pay it back for 5 years to digitize your business. So I'm not saying you should go get that grant to pay off the CEBA loan, but there are some liquidity options out there that the government is using. And the CDAP program, there's a couple hoops you have to jump through. You have to have a certified consultant come in, run through a business plan with you, determine where it makes sense for digitization, and then from there you'll get the grant. I say up to $100,000. It's $50,000 for corporations who have less than $5 million in revenue, and then above that it's $100,000. So if you have some liquidity issues, you're coming up to your CEBA deadline, you have some digitization plans that you want to execute on, there are some liquidity solutions out there for sure.
Right. Okay. No, that sounds good. There's options for people out there. So are you?
Yeah, there are a bunch of options, and I would encourage business owners to reach out to their accountants, their business advisors, or even just get on the internet to see what the options are out there. But to bury your head in the sand and say, you don't have to pay it back, it's a very costly mistake.
Yeah, for sure. Taking action, usually you're able to reap the benefits of that and then doing something about it. So if people wanted to reach out to you personally in your company, how would they be able to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go into our website, gallollp.ca. You can send me an email there, jonathan@gallollp.ca, or give us a call in either our Sherwood Park or our Edmonton office, and be more than happy to run through your numbers with you, give you some options.
Perfect. I appreciate you spending the time coming out today, John. I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you, Eric. Have a great day.